Alright, everyone. You are watching Political Point Magazine. Where the right is right and the left, well, the left is always on the wrong side of history. Why? Because political minds want to know. So enjoy a conservative point of view. And let's talk pea soup. With tonight's top stories. Hillary is officially damaged goods. It's HillaryGate Part 4. Yeah, we have reached critical mass as we find out now that Hillary deleted and cleared her server, which is really bad news for Hillary. She's in trouble. And when the media attacks, we will analyze how the media has been treating Ted Cruz after his announcement that he's running for president. And Governor Mike Pence of Indiana gets some flack for the religious freedom restoration bill that he just signed. The left cries foul as we will analyze that. And deal or no deal on Iran. As the deadline approaches tomorrow, we are no closer to arranging such a good deal. I think the deal's all bad altogether. And remember Sergeant Bo Bergdahl? Well, he is now charged with desertion, and he will be getting court-martialed, and he will be tried in a military tribunal. We will talk about all this and more with you, the viewers, tonight on Political Point Magazine. I am your host, William Mitro. All right, well, welcome everyone, and it is another week, another edition of Political Point Magazine, and I am your humble host, William Mitro. And my friends, I am telling you that we have reached critical mass as the email scandal with Hillary Clinton has gotten a little bit worse now. That's right, okay, because we talk about now. Okay, and oh my gosh, this is just quite shocking, my friends. I want you to take a look at this. Okay, Hillary recently has now tried to use humor to take the focus off off her political scandal here. Take a look.
All about new beginnings. A new grandchild. Another new hairstyle, a new email account. Why not a new relationship with the press? So here goes. No more secrecy. No more zone of privacy. After all, what good did that do me?
Really? Now, Hillary is in deep trouble now, all right, because it is now discovered that she has deleted and cleared her server of everything, wiped out, everything wiped out, all right, and although they claim now that this is so typical of the Clintons. Now, okay, first it's the scandal arises, okay, and then there's silence from the Hillary camp, or from the Clinton camp, okay, all right, and then then they have a press conference to try to get the focus out, and then there's the cover up stage. All right, and then sure there's the critics of it, but then the defenders of the Clintons try to defend the indefensible. All right, and so this is so typical, and then the Clintons try to use humor to take the focus off their political scandal, when they know that they're in deep trouble with this. All right, my friends, it's just ridiculous. All right, we can't trust the Clintons now that it's discovered they did subpoena the server, but now they're not going to get anywhere with it because it's gone. You know, everything that was on that server is now deleted. Hillary deletes her server. And this, my friends, is bad news. All right, it's really bad for the Clintons, okay, especially Hillary, considering her chances of getting the nomination for president now are really damaging. Okay, it's damaging her chances. All right, and so Hillary's not looking good per se here. All right, and it's just amazing to me that people come out and they get all sorts of ideas on things, and you know, it's just lunacy to even defend this, right? You know, I mean, we cannot. It is now shown and proven that in her tenure, as Secretary of State, that, you know, she has not accomplished much. I mean, the reset button in Russia is now a disaster, and with all of this going on, you know, Hillary is just now putting herself in a position where it's not looking good. All right, so and now we see that things are shaping up now closer as we get closer to the election process here. All right, and we know that Ted Cruz has announced that he is going to be president, or running for president. All right, I should say. All right, and so with all of this going on, we have found that we cannot trust the Clintons. All right, we cannot trust the Clintons in this, you know, and we do not want another 4 to 8 years of this mess and chaos in the Middle East. You know, and all around the world, it seems like that you know, Obama just seems to want to change things all over again. All right, and any policy that's installed now will be the very same policy if Hillary Clinton is elected. And we do not want Hillary Clinton. Okay, she's not fit for prime time, mind you. All right, she just has blown her chances here. All right, and now, okay, so now I want to get into something more in here now. Okay, as we come close here, there have been polls out now that show that Jeb Bush is taking the lead above Huckabee, and mind you, none of these people have announced, other than Ted Cruz. All right, and so as the elections come into play here, okay, and we're making progress on the candidates, all right, And mind you, Marco Rubio was on Fox News today, and he said that sometime in April he may announce. All right, but now mind you, my candidate is Rand Paul, and but that may change. But I'm still in favor of Rand Paul. All right, because I see in him a lot of what we have needed to do here. But on the other hand, now, okay, I'm gonna get into another segment here. Okay, I'm gonna get into another segment here. All right, because now that we know that there is just no such luck in getting anything off that server now. Clinton's history, Clinton's toast. Okay, so now I'm going to get into a new segment of my show. All right, and we're talking about Ted Cruz now. All right, but when the media attacks, all right, and so my friends, we are going to talk about Ted Cruz. Has announced, we all know that he has announced that he is running for president, and almost immediately, right after he announced, my friends, that he was running, the mainstream lamestream media immediately attacked Ted Cruz. All right, which is utter nonsense. Okay, and I'm going to show you some of these clips, some of the nasty things that the media has portrayed Ted Cruz, which is really uncalled for, and then they go about attacking Ted Cruz as if he's this demon that's gonna destroy the world. And then they have the nerve to compare him to Barack Obama, and Barack Obama, how Barack Obama was a one-term senator and didn't have that much experience before he ran for president, But my friends, it's just the media is in a frenzy over this, and I want you to take a look at what some of the things that they have said. All right, but it's some of the things that they have said. Like the New York Times, or the New York Times now the New York Times portrayed him, asked why Ted Cruz, or the New York Times had a big column on why Ted Cruz is a long shot, and then the Guardian, okay, of all things, had a thing on why Ted Cruz is one U.S. presidential hopeful we can write off now. It's ridiculous. And then there's the oh, wait a minute here. Okay, and then there's this. Wait a minute. Okay, so hold on 1 minute now. Okay. But anyhow, the media went in a frenzy over Ted Cruz. All right, and the media just attacked him. All right, now, and so let's
under communist influence because he went to Harvard Law.
In your short time in the Senate, you've developed a reputation as a guy who does not back down, who will not compromise. Will you bring that brand of no compromise to the White House if you're elected?
How are you, with that hardline conservative message, going to appeal to moderates and independents?
Really, hardliner, and it's just ridiculous, because and it's all MSNBC, CNN, the mainstream liberal media just came out and attacked him. But the media is the least of his problems. All right, because he could go far in the election process here, and it's just there could be a chance that he could move up, and there could be there could be a chance, but I would be concerned that and Donald Trump brought this up too, but according to the Constitution, okay, you have to be born in America to be the president of the United States. But I think they're now trying to say that Cruz is fine, even though he's from Canada. He was Canadian born, but he was born to an American woman. So that makes him an American, So I'm not too sure how that's gonna go over, but okay, we shall definitely see. But Ted Cruz has moved up in the polls now, and he has gained momentum. But of course, there is the competition out there, and we have several people on the right, that are said to be good candidates for president. Okay, Ted Cruz is one of them, and the media is just, when the media, they are just brutal on Ted Cruz. He was a senator from Texas, but and that comparison to Barack Obama, it is just not even warranted. Okay, not even warranted, because there is a difference. Sure, Ted Cruz is a junior senator from Texas, all right, but he also was the Solicitor General of Texas before, and also before that he was a campaign advisor for George W. Bush in 2000, and that was, and he enjoyed that job. All right, but Ted Cruz, he does have a chance in everything. Okay, now oh shucks, dang, I wanted to get into that one clip, but no, I'll stay put on that, okay, because I want to get into something very, very important here. All right, okay. Now, there's been a lot of talk now about Governor Mike Pence, right, who signed into law. Okay, Governor Mike Pence has signed into law the he signs into law in Indiana the Religious Freedom Restoration Bill. Okay, now this, my friends, is creating backlash from the left. Okay, the left is attacking him, literally attacking him. All right, and so, my friends, this becomes so they're attacking him. They're crying foul, and they're treating this as discrimination. All right, discrimination. All right, but it has nothing to do with that. It doesn't discriminate. All right, it doesn't discriminate. All right. In fact, I want to point out a few things And I was listening to the Rush Limbaugh show earlier today, and he was talking about this, how Pence has gotten flack from the left over this religious freedom act. All right, and it just reminds me of that this bill is 25 states have a similar bill, have a similar act on tap there. All right, and it's just ridiculous. But Mike Pence he's Republican governor of Indiana, and now some organizations are boycotting Indiana because of this, because they claim that it's going to discriminate against gays and all sorts of other nonsense, and it's just ridiculous. Right? It's just ridiculous. This is, in fact, this is the exact same law. This is the exact same law that was signed into law in 1993. All right, this is just a state version of it. Okay, yeah, that's right. Back in 1993, and back in 1993, when Clinton was president. Yeah, that's right. Clinton signed the Religious Freedom Act, Religious Freedom Restoration Act in 1993. And ironically, you know what? Ironically, you know who brought it up and was a main sponsor of it? Democrat Senator from New York, Chucky Schumer. That's right. That's right, my friends. Okay? Bill Clinton signed this law, and according to Rush Limbaugh, and I looked this up as well, but it was designed to protect religious freedom. Okay, because most of us in America and this country was founded on the Judeo-Christian faith. Okay, but anyhow, when Clinton signed this thing, okay, now, when Clinton signed this thing, okay, it was. Okay, when Clinton signed this thing, it was about protecting the religious freedom and religious rights of Americans everywhere, but more specifically, it was because they were Indian tribes that complained that the government was taking away their Panay, which was part of their religion, and they wanted to protect that, and they said, you can't take away our Panay, because it's part of our religious freedom in this country. So it was sponsored and brought up by Democrat Chucky Schumer of New York, and overwhelmingly, the Congress passed it, and then President Bill Clinton signed it into law. All right, okay, signed it into law. So now this, my friends, is interesting that they now attack, and then after that, my friends, okay, when after that, my friends, see, this is the signing ceremony with Governor Governor Mike Pence, okay, when he signed this thing, all right, but after Clinton signed it in '93, about 17 states followed suit and put that in their constitutions, and now about 25 states have similar laws, have a similar law in place, you know, and you know, so this, my friends, is quite interesting, okay, that we have now, you know, the left going all insane over this, and it's just outrageous, okay. Now, so for you know, and how soon the liberals forget. The left has forgotten their history. They have forgotten their history. I don't remember as much of a fuss over this when Clinton signed it into law. But it's quite ridiculous. And now the media has attacked Pence on this. All right. For example, let me show you some of this here. Okay, the media has attacked Pence for this. All right, on Stephanopoulos. Okay, take a look at this.
Image yesterday, that hypothetical of a florist denying service to a gay.
Yeah.
Just a question, sir. Yes or no?
Well, there's been shameless rhetoric about my state and about this law and about its intention all over the internet. People are trying to make it about one particular issue, and now you're doing that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, and that was George, and that was Pence on countering George Stephanopoulos, which by the way, you remember George Stephanopoulos. Okay. George Stephanopoulos worked for Bill Clinton. Okay. George Stephanopoulos worked for Bill Clinton. Okay. Yeah, that's right. George Stephanopoulos worked for Bill Clinton. Doesn't he remember? And Pence reminded him of this. Okay. Where was Pence's criticism? Or where was Stephanopoulos' criticism when Clinton signed this into law? Yeah, where was Stephanopoulos on this? That was back in 1993. Okay, and you know, so how soon the left forgets. All right, that Clinton signed a variety of things into law that countered his base of the Democratic Party. Okay, for example, he signed the "Don't Ask, Don't Tell" into law. All right, referring to gays in the military. All right, and he signed the Defense of Marriage Act into law. You know, and then he signed the Religious Freedom Restoration Act into law. You know, so, and you know, I didn't hear the left complain when he did that. You know, so what's up with all of this? Okay, in fact, you know, we have now a situation now where the left is just forgetful. All right, don't they remember their history? Okay. You know, and it strikes me as odd that, you know, with this bill we have religious freedom in this country. Okay, it's freedom of religion, not freedom from religion. All right. Now, this bill is not going to discriminate against gays. It just protects our religious freedom. All right? It's not that type of bill. Period. You know, and it's just ridiculous. Okay, so now I move into another article of affection here. All right. So my friends, this is just our a reminder now. We are coming up on the deadline on a deal with Iran. All right. Yes. But my friends, it's coming close, and we have not come even close to a sensible deal. And I think the deal that they're trying to work out is a bad deal. Okay? But anyhow, where are we going with this? Okay, so tomorrow is the deadline for this so-called deal with Iran. All right, and my friends, it's not looking pretty. Okay, in fact, we do have our there's a lot of critics now. Even the Democrats now are coming out and saying that we shouldn't even be making this kind of deal with Iran. Okay, in fact, right, but anyhow, I'll take this call. Hello, you're on the air. What's on your political mind?
Yeah, how are you today, Will?
Doing all right.
Happy spring?
Yeah.
Let me take you back to Ithaca, 1983. Hans Bethe, the son of Hans Bethe, the inventor of nuclear physics. Okay? He made his own movie. It's called Ithaca the Movie.
Yeah.
It's all the reasons of a scientist to build a product, sell it to a government, which was our United States of America. They took an island over and developed on it nuclear program, and it ended up wasting the whole island, killing people off that nobody can ever live on that island ever again. So Hans Jr., that I went to Ithaca High School with, put a movie out on the effects of making something in development and another man's creativity out of that development, and how it plagues a whole situation multiplies. And then where Putin right now wants to buy Iran's, they want to take the iron ore and the uranium,
yeah, they don't,
and sell it to Putin for nuclear physics. Now, in 1990 or 87, 92, somewhere in there, we had Global. Remember that? Global. World Global, okay? If you go to Global, which is a city-town province that had a nuclear in somewhere towards Glasgow, it had a nuclear fallout where everything came out nuclearized, a whole city community, where everybody left, including you walk into businesses, you see the coffee cups are still sitting on the counter. It's like the Twilight Zone. Coffee cups are sitting on the counter with the spoons in them. Children's Ferris wheels are still there. Bicycles left in the street. Whole thing abandoned. And we don't want a Chernobyl world global. So Iran now wants us to lift these sanctions and then sell over to Putin, which wants to buy this uranium. And then also I saw on Charlie Rose, the Syria's president, they don't want global identity. They don't want global, I want to use the word monetary. They don't want to work with the globe like Hitler did. They want independent beings separate from the globe, which is hurting the economy and capitalism, number one. number two, they want to take over and they want to monopolize and hold the market as a dictatorship. And number three, they don't want a global market. They want to control the financial capitalism. That ain't gonna work. Okay? Everybody on the globe wants to work with the globe.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I did want to go to the Ted Cruz thing. One day he's up for president, and next day, one day he's abolishing Obamacare. And yes, the media is screaming media when you run for president. They want to make sure your Superman cape says Marvel and your boots say Steel Shank on them before they allow you in. And we should put Hillary behind. She can sit and still have her job and success.
No.
We've gone too long with the Stagmeyer system.
We don't need Hillary.
We pulled back at least 2/3% with Obama. We brought troops home from being assassinated on the borderlines even. It is getting better, but this has to be a global alliance. And no, I would not sign and lift sanctions on Russia, or I would lift sanctions until they agree to a no-nuclear world development. It also stores a half-active life, which is solid waste. So you see these nuclear electricity plants going up. They have solid waste, nuclear waste that comes out of there. What are you going to do with all the ash furnace from all these nuclear technology things? Where are you going to put it? It's going to do the world has to stop the nuclear development.
Right.
So they have to go together, and Hans has a global blue flag contract as well as I do. This ain't going to work out with anybody on the globe. Should just quit the nuclear development.
All right.
And there's another thing that America's not aware of. It's called British Petroleum. That's enriching uranium.
BP.
So BP.
The BP oil spill.
No, not only oil spills, but they also control the nuclear physics uranium.
But
I gotta go, Will.
All right. Well, thank you for your call.
Thanks.
All right. Well, let me move on now. I want to talk about this so-called deal with Iran now, and mind you, once on the day that Netanyahu won, right? President Obama took time to address Iran. He didn't come out and congratulate the prime minister on his major win. He took time. He took to the airwaves, and he said, and this, my friends, is what he said. All right, take a look at this.
Our negotiations have made progress, but gaps remain. And there are people in both our countries and beyond who oppose a diplomatic resolution. My message to you, the people of Iran, is that together we have to speak up for the future we seek.
He put that on the website, whitehouse.gov, and it's just ridiculous. He took time to address Iran instead of congratulating the prime minister. Okay, now, and mind you, the prime minister of Israel is our biggest ally out there in the Middle East. All right, and it's just ridiculous that every other country every other country who is our ally came out and congratulated Netanyahu right away. All right, right away. But our president, he waited until 2 days after to have a phone call, to call him on the phone. It's just ridiculous. This deal with Iran is not a good deal. Not a good deal at all. All right? So we need to be clear here. All right? Where our priorities are. All right? They want to lift they want to lift the sanctions, all right, but I don't think that's a good deal. It's not going to work, all right. So with everything going on here, all right, we have things that are going on here that are beyond our control, but I don't think this is a good deal. It gives Iran leeway to actually develop the bomb. All right. Sure, that they say that they want to give the uranium to Russia, but that's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous deal. All right. And and last I heard, I think that Iran was actually pulling back on the deal. So the deadline is looming, and it's really not a good deal. Okay, we're negotiating with a state sponsor of terror. Doesn't this seem ridiculous to you? All right. Never before in history have we negotiated with the bad guys like this. All right. And speaking of negotiations, we have now another announcement that remember Bo Bergdahl? Yeah, that's right. Remember Bo Bergdahl? The trader swap? Well, it appears now that he is charged with desertion. That's right. Desertion, mind you. And he is going to be tried in a military tribunal. Okay, he will be court-martialed. So, all of that stands, my friends. All right. So, all of this is coming into focus here, and so I want your thoughts. All right. So, if you have been paying attention, all right, I want your thoughts. Okay, deal or no deal on Iran. Okay, I think we shouldn't even be negotiating with Iran. We shouldn't even be negotiating with this. All right. So all of this is coming into focus here. You know, we see how backwards the Obama administration is on this whole foreign policy. You know, he's helping our enemies, and he's helping our enemies, and he's just turning away our allies. You know, Israel is our biggest ally out there, and he just snubs our ally. It's crazy, insane, mind you. Okay, and he wants to negotiate with Iran, a state sponsor of terror, who is fighting proxy wars in Iraq and in Somalia and Yemen, you know, and Syria. You know, Iraq is basically everywhere that ISIS is, and now ISIS is getting a lot bigger because ISIS, Boko Haram, and Al Qaeda have joined together. So now it's a bigger terror network. It's the biggest threat that we face now, terrorism. You know, and you know, I just cannot see why the administration is allying themselves with the bad guys. You know, it's just ridiculous. We need to crack it down. All right, but on this Bo Bergdahl thing, okay. But on this Bo Bergdahl thing, all All right, he has been charged with desertion, and it's, you know, the traitor swap, you know, and it is proven that he could be put away for a long time because of the fact that he deserted his platoon back in 2009, and he went just to seek out the Taliban, and he became a prisoner of war, you know, on the battlefield, you know. And there's the question of you know, how this is all playing out. But Bo Bergdahl is now charged with desertion. Okay. Yep.
Sources. That's the.
Yep. Okay. But Bo Bergdahl charged with desertion. All right. And desertion and misbehavior before the enemy. All right. Bo Bergdahl charged with desertion. Think about this. He's become a traitor to this country. All right. They even canceled when he was brought back by the Obama administration. When he was brought back, they even canceled his welcome home parade. they you know, it's just ridiculous. All right, but he's being charged, and that's that. So you know, but on this religious freedom stuff, you know, I am a Christian, and you know, I believe in freedom of religion. In fact, you know, we have, in fact, even our founding fathers were deeply religious. They believed in God and the deity, and they believed that God governs in the affairs of man. Right? In fact, Benjamin Franklin even stated that. Right? And George Washington even stated that too. All right. Hello, you're on the air. What's on your political mind?
Well, as far as gay and lesbians, they've been in church and religion since the beginning of time. It's about time they join the world. What are you, as America or a globe, going to run down the street and punch out every gay and lesbian?
No. That's not our
store. What are you going to do?
We don't discriminate.
What are you going to do? Kill your son because he's gay?
No, we don't discriminate.
Your nephew because she's gay?
We don't discriminate.
What are you going to do?
We don't discriminate.
I just don't. No, but you got to have equal rights. It doesn't act wholesome.
We don't discriminate.
All right, Sid.
We don't
it's
discriminate.
my religion because I hate gays.
No.
Sid,
We don't hate. We don't
You're
hate
not
gays.
The gay, or if you were the gay,
we don't hate gays.
Bother anybody?
We don't hate gays. We are open and accepting. All right. No, the law that was signed, the Religious Freedom Restoration Act. That law does not discriminate against gays. Okay? This is freedom of religion in this country. Okay, but religious freedom bill, okay, in fact, okay, let me put it up on the screen here. All right? The religious freedom bill. All right? Now, okay, this religious freedom bill,
Gen Con.
Okay, now, okay, let's put this up on the screen here. Okay, the Religious Freedom Bill, okay, prevents states and local governments from substantially burdening a person's exercise of religion. And unless the government can prove it has a compelling interest and is doing so in the least restrictive means. Hello, you're on the air. What's on your political mind?
Well, once you say we should go back through the laws right up till present day, and all the discrimination, segregation laws, Jim Crow laws should be abolished off the books.
They are abolished.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
It's still going on.
No. There is no discrimination in this bill.
Discrimination, including financial dollar and cents.
No,
women and handicapped.
There is no discrimination in this bill. Okay, it just protects the rights of your religious freedom. It protects your religious freedom. My goodness. Yeah. I think people are confused. This bill does not discriminate. It just protects our religious freedom, mind you. Okay. So, my friends, what else is on your political mind? Okay. As I was saying, I believe in freedom of, but you may have one point I want to make though. Okay. It's in our Constitution that we have freedom of religion. Okay. So we don't really need another bill that states that. But in the First Amendment, okay, the First Amendment says Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. So we have freedom of religion in this country. And okay, so that is plainly clear in our Constitution. The bill just confirmed that. All right. And so, my friends, it is what it is. All right. And so, okay. And so, my friends, all right, we have to come to grips with things now. All right. So as we have it, there is no doubt that we have to put this into perspective for the people here. All right, and so as we're coming across here, I don't think I have that much time left because we're coming down to the wire here. All right, and so I want to show a little bit of an interview with Ted Cruz. All right, so here we go. This is Fox News' Brett Baier. Okay. In the last words for the night, this is Fox News' Brett Baier interviewing Ted Cruz. All right, so here we go.
Or degrade when talking about ISIS and the fight.
The objective should be simple: to destroy ISIS, to take them out, not to weaken or degrade them, to destroy them. They are the face of evil.
But does your strategy, as you envision it, include U.S. troops getting involved on the ground?
Look, we should do whatever is necessary. It's interesting. The question of boots on the ground is sometimes treated as an almost as a political issue. I don't think we should answer this as a political question. We should answer it as a military question. So the question should be, what is required to destroy ISIS? Whatever that is, we should do it.
Cruz is continuing a busy schedule of bouncing between early, primary, and caucus states, making his pitch. His speech at Liberty University essentially laid out his plan.
Today, roughly half of born-again Christians aren't voting. They're staying home. Imagine instead millions of people of faith all across America coming out to the polls and voting our values.
It's a long haul.
It is a long haul, But I'll tell you, I feel blessed. I mean, Brett, every day I jump out of bed, thrilled, because I think our country is in crisis. And I feel so blessed every morning to have the chance to be in the arena, to have the chance to be fighting to bring back the free market principles and constitutional liberties our country was founded on.
All right, my friends. And that's our show for tonight. We thank you for watching Political Point, where the right is right and the left is always on the wrong side of history. Follow me on Twitter at WilliamMetro2 and check us out on YouTube. All right. Once again, we thank you for watching Political Point, where the right is right and the left is always on the wrong side of history.